Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is more talk than action when it comes to career growth. While he might sound confident and even promise a lot, his day to day efforts don't match those big words. You won't see him pushing hard or making sacrifices to climb the ladder.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to break down rather than bounce back. Small setbacks can make him lose his temper quickly or throw him into a sad mood where he wants to be alone. You might notice him withdrawing from people or shutting out the problem instead of facing it head on.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might find him polite and caring on good days, but his quick temper can cause problems. When things don't go his way, he may get into arguments or overreact, making some coworkers keep their distance. He isn't always fighting, but he does struggle to keep workplace relationships steady and positive.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he will have mixed feelings. He wants to be proud of you and might show support at first, but deep down, he could start feeling insecure. At times, he might act moody, pick arguments, or even distance himself without explaining why.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, there's a good chance he will feel insecure and even resentful, though he may not say it out loud at first. He might start feeling like he's not good enough or worry about what others will think. Even if he tries to act supportive, the truth is that his pride could take a hit.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is usually careful with money and prefers to stick to a set routine when it comes to spending. He doesn't like taking big risks or making sudden purchases. He's more likely to plan how he uses his money and worry about keeping everything in order. On most days, you can count on him to be sensible with finances.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He mostly lives within his means and doesn't like showing off or pretending to have more than he actually does. He feels more comfortable following routines and keeping things steady, so you won't see him trying to impress others with expensive things or big claims. You don't need to worry about him hiding debts or pretending to be someone he's not.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He has a warm heart and likes to help others, so you'll find him generous with kindness and support. When it comes to money, he's careful rather than stingy. He won't waste or overspend, but he's not mean either. His kindness usually shows in thoughtful actions rather than flashy gifts.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is generally open about money and prefers to keep things clear between you. He likes routines and order, so he's not the type to hide accounts or make secret purchases behind your back. If you ask about finances, he will usually be straightforward and willing to talk.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in routines and fairness, so he's likely to think housework should be shared, not left only to you. He likes things to be orderly and will want the home running smoothly, which means he'll pitch in, especially if you ask him directly or set clear plans together. If you explain what you need, he's likely to listen and do his part. He'll see it as working as a team rather than just your duty.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is willing to help with chores and even diapers, especially if you clearly ask or set routines together. He might not jump in on his own every time, but he doesn't see himself as just a supervisor or someone who only gives orders. Teamwork is key with him, and a little encouragement goes a long way.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He wants to seem fair and caring, but when things get tense, he often argues just to prove he's right. If you disagree or share your feelings, his first reaction is likely to defend himself or raise his voice, especially if he feels criticized. He may get caught up in trying to win the argument instead of listening to your side.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose control and say hurtful things or act aggressively. His temper flares up quickly, and he might yell, use harsh words, or slam things to make his feelings known. In these moments, he finds it hard to stay respectful, which can make you feel hurt or scared.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He reacts strongly to stress and can lose his temper over small things. Quick, harsh anger can leave deep scars and make home life stressful.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
When something goes wrong, he struggles to say sorry and truly take responsibility. Most times, his first instinct is to defend himself or blame you, even for small problems at home. He might raise his voice or list out what you did wrong instead of calmly admitting his own mistakes.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle with respecting boundaries at times, especially if he's feeling emotional or frustrated. While he isn't always pushy, when he wants something or is upset, he can become demanding and ignore your no. This isn't out of malice, but because he has trouble handling rejection or waiting for things to go his way. You might need to be very firm and repeat yourself for him to really listen.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He connects physical closeness with feeling loved and accepted, so when you say no, he may feel hurt or rejected, even if it's for a simple reason. You may find yourself needing to explain or reassure him quite often in these situations.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Most of the time, he wants to protect and care for you, so he won't openly use private moments to hurt or embarrass you. But when he's angry or feeling hurt himself, he doesn't always control what he says. And sometimes he could bring up private details during arguments to win the fight or make a point. This isn't because he wants to destroy your trust, but because he struggles to manage his emotions when stressed.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He truly wants warmth and connection in his main relationship, and he isn't the type to constantly chase after other women just for excitement. When things at home are peaceful and loving, he is likely to stay faithful and committed. However, he can become emotionally restless when he feels ignored, hurt, or unappreciated.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he can become overpossessive, especially if he feels insecure or fears losing your attention. He might question you about where you've been, who you're talking to, or get upset if you spend time with friends or family without him. This kind of behavior can make you feel trapped or always watched, which is not healthy for any relationship.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, being protective can sometimes cross into being controlling. At first, he might say he's just looking out for you or cares deeply, but his actions could turn into rules, constant checking, or restricting your freedom. This isn't true care, it's about managing his own fears and insecurities.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's open to seeing parenting as a team effort, especially if you set routines and clear plans together. He likes order and wants the family to function smoothly, so he'll often step up when there's a clear need and when responsibilities are shared in an organized way. Communication will be key to keeping things fair.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. Small mistakes or emotional moments from the children can make him react quickly with anger or frustration. It's hard for him to manage his emotions when disappointed, so gentle handling might not come easily.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may support you as a mother, especially when it fits into the routines and plans you both set together. He likes order in the home and wants things to run smoothly, so he'll value what you do for the family. However, when it comes to you having your own dreams and space outside motherhood, he could struggle.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might support your career at first, but later expect you to step back once you have a child. In the beginning, he may seem happy to see you working and having your own goals, especially if family routines are not affected. He's likely to bring up traditional ideas or hint that your main place should be with the family.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, making sure to show respect and good manners when they are around. He will be careful to do what's expected and keep things pleasant, especially in front of others. If there are any misunderstandings or if he feels stressed, his patience could wear thin and you may notice a cooler side. He'll make some effort to adjust to your family at first, especially because he values peace and routines.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to react with frustration than calm. When he feels crowded or pressured, he can lose his temper or become moody, which can make the situation worse instead of better. He may say things bluntly or pull away, adding tension instead of solving it quietly.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to be modern and easygoing with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. While alone, he might say he supports your choices and independence, but as soon as family gatherings or relatives are involved, he'll want you to follow customs, dress modestly, and behave in a way that pleases his elders. If you don't meet these expectations, he could become uneasy or even blame you for causing problems.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he will most likely stay out of it rather than clearly support you. He dislikes open conflict and may say he wants to keep the peace, but this often means avoiding the issue or quietly hoping it goes away. In some cases, he might even side with them, especially if he feels pressured or believes tradition should be followed.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He does have strong ties to his mother and may act like a mummy's boy, especially when there is any conflict between you and her. If you and his mother disagree, he is likely to avoid taking sides, but deep down, he might give in to her wishes to keep family peace and avoid hurting her feelings. If you hope your partner will stand by you without hesitation, you may be disappointed here.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share many details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially when he feels hurt or confused. He may turn to them for advice or comfort, sometimes without thinking about how it makes you feel. This habit can break the trust and privacy you expect in a marriage.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man is a mix of warmth and stormy weather. On good days, you'll feel cared for and included, with routines that bring comfort and moments of real affection.